The 2016 Ferrari 488 GTB. There's been a lot of commotion around Ferrari's decision to turbocharge the California, one that created a new departure from the company's naturally aspirated leanings. If you're among those that got a little upset over the forced induction treatment received by the California, despite huge torque gains, then you'd better buckle up because the Italians have just introduced the successor to the 458 Italia. It's called 488 GTB and it's turbocharged. With engineers no longer looking to squeeze more power from the naturally aspirated 4.5-liter V8 unit, Ferrari replaced it altogether with a 3.9-liter V8 based on the 3.8-liter powerplant that debuted in the 2015 California T. Of course, the mid-engine Prancing Horse received more than just the 560 ponies motivating the latter, with output now in the 600 horsepower range. And despite being a lot more powerful than its predecessor, the 488 GTB is also more fuel efficient, while emitting less carbon dioxide, two feats that result from turbo technology. Naturally, the 488 GTB also received brand new sheet metal. The body takes inspiration from both the 458 Italia and the 2014 LaFerrari hypercar, while paying homage to the classic 308 GTB. Sure, its design may not be as radical as the LaFerraris, but the 488 GTB is one hell of a performer, having lapped the Fiorano track nearly a full second quicker than the 458 Speciale. Keep reading for the full rundown and stay tuned to Topspeed for more details from the 2015 Geneva Motor Show, where this new Ferrari is set to make its global debut. Updated 2 July 2015, Ferrari unveiled a new video showing the new 458 GTB in action on both road and track. Enjoy! Click past the jump to read more about the 2015 Ferrari 458 GTB. Teaser images. Exterior. Down below there's also a new splitter design that enhances not only the 488's downforce but its aggressive appearance as well. The fact that the 488 GTB comes to replace the 458 Italia is visible from every angle, even though Ferrari redesigned most of the styling features of its entry-level supercar. Take a quick peek at the headlamps and the overall shape of the fenders, the bumper, and the hood, and it becomes quite obvious why the 488 keeps the 458 flame alive. However, with these features reshaped and a host of other details completely redesigned, the 488 is as fresh as it gets on top of having a styling of its own. The front bumper is divided into three distinct sections with massive grilles at the sides. Making the 488 unique among other Ferraris is the bumper's mid-section, which incorporates a pair of vertical struts similar to those connecting an F1 car's front wing to its body. The feat continues onto the nose and the front bonnet, the latter sporting subtle LaFerrari cues. Down below there's also a new splitter design that enhances not only the 488's downforce but its aggressive appearance as well. The side view also reminds me of the 458, from which the 488 inherits the side skirts, the sculpted shoulders and the beefy front fenders. What sets the 488 apart from its predecessor, though, is the large air intake scallop and the triangular carving on the handle area of the door. The feature is a nod to the original 308 GTB of 1975. Also powered by a V8, the 308 GTB replaced the Dyno 246 and marked the beginning of a new styling era for Ferrari. Getting back to the 488, the scallop is divided into two sections by a splitter-like piece that aids with the cooling process. The 458's shadow is present around back as well by means of similarly designed taillight, grille layout, spoiler, and diffuser area. There are certain differences though, as the taillights are slightly larger, while the grilles connected to them are hollow pieces with black surrounds. A trapezoidal dent now resides above the license plate, adding further character to the rear fascia. Down below, the split diffuser has been replaced by a full piece with an F1-inspired light in the center. The three-pipe exhaust layout is also gone, replaced by two large outlets placed on each side of the diffuser's center section. Styling aside, the 488 sets a new benchmark in terms of aerodynamic efficiency, thanks to its 1.67 drag coefficient. There is 50% more downforce compared to the 458, as well as reduced drag. Achieving these two goals simultaneously was the greatest challenge when designing the 488 GTB, according to Ferrari. Contributing to these massive improvements are the double front spoiler, the 308-inspired side intakes, active rear aerodynamics, and the redesigned diffuser. A highly sophisticated, aerodynamic underbody with vortex generators brought significant improvements in this department as well. Exterior dimensions. Side-by-side comparison. Interior. The center console now features a simpler, cleaner design with fewer buttons to distract the driver. Much like the 458, the 488 GTB's interior was tailored around the driver, blending both luxury and the sportiness, with racing-inspired features here and there. Overall, changes in the dashboard area are far from dramatic, with the 488 featuring the already familiar control clusters, angled air vents, and multifunction, 3-spoke steering wheel. However, the dash feels more refined with the mild update, especially in the two-tone, black over red, layout seen above. The red contrasting stitching does a great job at highlighting the purposeful cockpit. Of course, there are features that are completely new and in no way related to the 458. The center console is one of them, now featuring a simpler, cleaner design with less buttons to distract the driver. Ferrari also focused on creating a clear separation between the dashboard and the tunnel. The seats are also brand new, while the door panels sport a simpler design, most likely a nod to the 458 GT, which holds the World Championship title in its racing class as of 2015. Other enhancements include new graphics for the infotainment screen and a key designed to resemble the car's cylinder banks. As usual, Ferrari takes pride in its powerplants, no matter the displacement or the number of cylinders. Drivetrain. The 488 GTB is also 0.05 seconds faster than the 458 Speciale and as quick as the 730 horsepower F12 Berlinetta. Speaking of displacement and cylinders, Ferrari crafted an all-new powerplant for the 488 GTB. Replacing the award-winning, naturally aspirated, 4.5-liter V8 as a brand-new, 3.9-liter 8-banger with forced induction. Rumored since 2014, the new turbocharged mill, likely related to the California T's 3.8-liter unit, cranks out a whopping 660 horsepower at 8,000 revolutions per minute. The 458 had a 9,000 RPM redline and 560 pound-feet of torque from 3,000 revolutions per minute. That's a significant 66 pony and 162 pound-feet improvement over the 458 Italia, which translates into never-before-seen performance specs for Ferrari's entry-level supercar. The most important feat of the 488 GTB in this department is its Fiorano lap time of 1:23 minutes. This benchmark makes it the second fastest Ferrari on the company's test track, second only to the mighty LaFerrari, and significantly quicker than the 458 Italia, which lapped the course in 1:25 minutes. The 488 GTB is also 0.5 seconds faster than the 458 Speciale and as quick as the 730 horsepower F12 Berlinetta. I find it equally exciting that the GTB is nearly 2 seconds quicker than the Enzo on the same track. Ferrari also tells us the 488 GTB takes only 8.3 seconds to accelerate from 0 to 124 miles per hour, making it exactly 1.2 seconds quicker than the 458 Speciale. 0 to 62, on the other hand, comes in 3 seconds, a figure that's identical to the 458 Speciales. Still, I'll be waiting for a comparison between the two for precise measurements because the 488 should be about 0.2 quicker. Top speed has increased 199 to 205 miles per hour with the new engine and aerodynamic improvements. But it's not just the turbo mill that's responsible for these impressive figures. The updated gearbox with variable torque management and revised gear ratios contributes as well. As usual, drivers can shift their own gears using the paddle shifters mounted behind the steering wheel. Drivetrain specifications. Competitors. 2015 McLaren 650S. Developed specifically to take on the current Ferrari 458 Italia, the McLaren 650S is currently the hottest sports car you can buy. Blending styling cues from both the discontinued MP412C and the lightning-fast P1 supercar, the 650S has plenty of things to brag about. Its 3.8-liter V8 engine cranks out no less than 640 turbocharged horses and 500 pound-feet of torque. Mated to a 7-speed, dual-clutch tranny, the mill sends the 650S screaming from 0 to 60 miles per hour in only 2.9 seconds. With recent tests showing the 650S can be even faster, the 488 GTB will find it hard to defeat the British supercar in a straight line. In spite of its track-oriented nature, the 650S doesn't lack the amenities required by today's pretentious market. The vehicle's cabin is equipped with soft-touch surfaces all-round, carbon fiber and aluminum inserts, and convenience features ranging from standard satellite radio and navigation to an optional rear-view camera. The 650S retails from $265,500. 2015 Lamborghini Huracan LP 610-4. The Lamborghini Huracan arrived to replace the aging Gallardo as the company's entry-level supercar. Unlike the 650S and the upcoming M458T, the Italian rocket still relies on naturally aspirated power and 10 cylinders. With 610 horsepower and 413 pound-feet of torque on tap, the Huracan seems at a disadvantage when compared to the McLaren, but its 0 to 60 mph time of about 3 seconds and top speed of 205 miles per hour prove that power and torque aren't everything when it comes to brutal launches. Like its predecessor, the Huracan benefits from a driver-oriented cabin that features a 12.3-inch TFT display and all of its buttons and switches configured in one place. Carbon fiber pieces and inserts are a natural presence throughout the cockpit, with Alcantara leaving very little room for hard plastic. The Huracan will fetch more than $200,000 in the US, but I expect it to be cheaper, albeit less exclusive than the McLaren 650S. Prices. Pricing for the 488 GTB starts from $242,737 in the US, which accounts for a near $4,000 premium over the 2015 Ferrari 458 Italia. Conclusion. It's sad to see the 458 Italia go away, even though it's already 7 years old as of 2015, but Ferrari has reached a point where it needed to update its entry-level supercar to 21st-century emission regulations. Sure, replacing the all-motor 4.5-liter with a turbo V8 will leave a few enthusiasts feeling rather disgruntled, but the fact of the matter is that the 488 GTB is both more efficient and greener than its predecessor. What's more, it's also a lot more powerful. Definitely a win-win situation unless you simply can't get over the fact that this Ferrari sports a turbo under the hood. But you'd be crazy no to get over it really. Just think about it, the 488 GTB delivers F12 Berlinetta-like performance with all the benefits of a midship layout and for less moolah. Love it redesigned shell with classic and LaFerrari-inspired cues, improved performance, fuel economy and reduced emissions, outstanding aerodynamics, incredibly quick on the track. Leave it likely the most expensive of the bunch, the McLaren 650S remains the quickest update history. Updated 03-33 2015, the new Ferrari 488 GTB made its world debut at the 2015 Geneva Motor Show, so this was the perfect opportunity to bring you a set of new high-res images. Updated February 23, 2015, Ferrari unveiled a new video taken during the car's official debut in Maranello. The car was presented by Ferrari chairman Sergio Marchionne, CEO Amedeo Felisa and commercial and marketing director Enrico Galliera. Sebastian Vettel also made a dramatic entrance at the wheel of a 488 GTB. Updated 3 February 2015, Ferrari unveiled the official details on the new 488 GTB, previously known as the M458T. Click past the jump for the full details. Updated 2 February 2015, Ferrari unveiled a series of teaser images for the future M458T, which of course reveal pretty much nothing of the car, but announced an official debut will be made tomorrow. A teaser video was also dropped, and while it also reveals nothing about the car, it gives a pretty good idea of how the engine will sound. Stay tuned. Updated August 26, 2014, a fresh set of spy photos of the Ferrari M458T has made its way into our inbox. Check them out by clicking on the gallery. The M458T is expected to be unveiled in March 2015 at the Geneva Motor Show. Spy shots. August 26, 2014. First time out.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.